quick question for you. In video games which are focused around combat, what is the most important thing for those games? Is it A, a well fleshed out combat and movement system, B, enemies to battle, or C, unique upgrades for the player? If you said any of these, you would all be correct, but who am I kidding? You've read the title. It's enemies, regardless of the statement's correctness. In my game, WispBorne, I kind of only have placeholder enemies, meaning that I'm missing one of the most important aspects of my game. So to fix that, I'm going to be making 5 new enemies for my game. Before that, I looked into your soul and saw that you don't know what WispBorne is, do you? I guess I gotta explain it to you now. In short, you play as a wisp familiar of a wizard who is summoned to protect the wizard from a bunch of enemies which are attacking him. But the spell used to summon you left the wizard paralyzed, so you need to do whatever you can to not let your summoner die, otherwise you get dispelled. Now with that explanation out of the way, let's get into the development. I started out by making a simple flying eyeball enemy, which just moves towards the wizard and damages them. Then, I just made a small slime enemy, which is the exact same, but it moves faster and has less health. Then up next, I decided to make another enemy. Wait, no, I spent an hour and a half rewriting my collision code for some reason. Now it's time for me to make the enemy. No, okay, no it's not. I guess I made it so the player can't fly through certain game objects. This can't be foreshadowing in any way, can it? Anyways, then I made a large slime enemy which splits into a random amount of slimes on death. I did this by selecting a random X amount with the slime dies, like pretty fast them spawning in, it's smaller equal to the number given. At this point, I was on a roll. Nothing had gone wrong, and everything was working perfectly. Until I decided to make an evil spellcaster enemy. What? Why would I do that? What I wanted to have it do was walk a certain distance from the wizard and then cast a shield spell on itself. After that, it would start to summon enemies or something, because it, raises the dead or something. But for some reason, when I was trying to make this damned caster do his summon spell, it would not spawn the enemies one at a time. Just let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm just gonna test this real quick. What the fuck was that? So after I fixed that, I made the shield spell stop the player from moving through it while keeping the enemy inside normally. Wow, it's almost like I spent an hour and a half making a functionality just for that. Now that I have it finished, I decided to make one last enemy. After that one, it has gotta be something crazy, powerful, unique, mole. Yep, that's right, I made the last enemy a mole, which burrows under the ground to attack the wizard. How it works is that it's secretly 2 enemies in one. I know, it's scandalous and shocking. What I do is I have one enemy with no collisions and does nothing but move towards the wizard. But once it gets close, I have it destroy itself and instantiate the second enemy, which is the actual mole. The mole actually has collisions and health, so it can be killed, but it also moves slower and deals damage to the wizard if it gets close. Overall, I'm really happy with these enemies and how they turned out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I plan to get the next devlog out sometime soon, but I'll also be posting teasers on my Discord if you want to join that in the description if you want. Anyways, that's all from me. Goodbye for now.